My mom's words cut sharper than the steak knife in her hand. Asterisk, Denise, we're not your bank anymore. Asterisk, they laughed at me. My sister boasting about million-dollar deals. My father sneering at my silly app. But here's what they didn't know. For 3 years, every luxury they flaunted, their cars, their vacations, even the roof over their heads, was only possible because I signed the checks. That night, their mockery ended, and my revenge began. If you've ever been underestimated, if you've ever been told your dreams were worthless, you're going to savor this story like a 5-star dessert. Tap that subscribe button, smash the like, and drop a comment as we expose how arrogance crumbles when the truth comes out. Let's dive in. I still remember the chandelier glow casting those perfect golden highlights across my mother's diamonds, my sister's bracelet, my dad's smug expression. They all looked like royalty at a gala. And then there was me, in jeans and a sweater, the family misfit, the embarrassing dreamer. Forks clinked, wine glasses gleamed. Their voices hummed with superiority. My startup, my life's passion, wasn't just doubted by them. It was ridiculed. My mom sighed like she'd carried the burden of my existence for years. Asterisk, it's time you grew up. Get a real job. Asterisk, Dad piled on immediately, sliding his glass aside like he was passing judgment. Asterisk, your sister's closing million-dollar condo deals in downtown Atlanta. That's real success, not some app that hasn't made a dime. Asterisk, and Tracy? Oh, Tracy didn't waste a second twisting the knife. She tossed her hair like she was starring in her own perfume commercial and smirked. Asterisk, 7 figures, Denise. That's money you'll never see. You're still living off scraps. Our handouts. Asterisk, that stung. They weren't just mocking my app. They were mocking me. The daughter, the sister, the one they'd written off as the perpetual disappointment. The irony? My father, who paraded around as this self-made mogul, had never earned a single dime the hard way. Everything he flaunted, the mansion, the cars, the so-called investments, existed because of me. My fingers brushed against my phone in my pocket. A lifeline. A secret. A key they didn't even know I held. 3 years can change a lot, especially when, for those 3 years, one daughter controlled the foster family trust. $20 million. I kept my face neutral while their daggers flew across the table disguised as dinner conversation. Inside, though, my heart drummed steady and strong. Not with anger, with anticipation. Their arrogance wasn't just insulting anymore. It was hilarious. Like actors in a play, they didn't know the curtain was about to drop. And then, buzz. My phone lit up. A text from Margaret Lee, trust manager. Asterisk, approve monthly allowances. Edward, Nancy, Tracy Foster, $20,000 each. Asterisk, I slipped it back into my pocket, pulse rising. This was it. The moment to tear down their illusion brick by brick. Across the room, my best friend Shannon caught my eye. The one person who'd stuck with me through failures and long nights coding lines of stubborn code. She gave the smallest nod. She knew. She'd been waiting for this, too. Then came the sound. High heels clacking on polished marble. The dining room door swung open. Gasps. Conversation halted. Margaret herself walked in carrying a sleek folder, her face calm, corporate, unshakable. She didn't even glance at my parents. She went directly to me. Asterisk, Miss Foster, I need your approval for the next round of trust fund disbursements. Asterisk, dead silence. Forks frozen midair. My mother's smile faltered like glass cracking under pressure. Dad's jaw clenched. Tracy's laughter cut off, as if someone had unplugged it. Asterisk, excuse me? Asterisk, Dad barked. Asterisk, you must be mistaken. Denise doesn't manage our finances. Asterisk, Tracy snapped. Asterisk, what is this, some prank? Denise controlling our money? She barely controls herself. Asterisk, without missing a beat, Margaret placed the document down and pointed at the highlighted line. Asterisk, since the age of 25, Miss Denise Foster has been the sole trustee of the $20 million Foster Family Trust. Every asset, this mansion, the vehicles, each monthly allowance, requires her signature. Asterisk. The words hung heavy. You could feel the collective gasp in the room. Guests shifted uncomfortably. My parents' faces drained of color. Tracy's smirk disintegrated, her wine glass trembling. Me? I just sat there. Calm. Steady. Watching them process the fact that their golden world wasn't theirs at all. It was mine. I let them linger in that silence. Then I stood. For 3 years, I said, meeting each of their eyes, I've approved every dollar you've spent. Your cars, the vacations, Tracy's condo deals, all of it. I've been in control the whole time. You only thought you were. Tracy froze, then scrambled for her phone like her life depended on it. A swipe, a frown, another swipe. Her voice cracked. Asterisk, my cards declined. That's impossible. Asterisk, Dad snapped toward her. Asterisk, what do you mean declined? Asterisk, her hands shook as she shoved her screen across the table. Asterisk, funds didn't clear. My condo deal. It's falling through. Investors are panicking. Asterisk. Mom's face turned ashen. Asterisk, Edward, the property taxes. What about the house? Is that safe? Asterisk, I leaned back in my chair, savoring the collapse. The mansion belongs to the trust. I manage the trust. Without my approval, nothing gets paid. Not taxes. Not your deals. Nothing. Panic spread like cracks in porcelain. Dad's voice rose in denial. Asterisk, we don't need your permission. Asterisk, but his clenched fists betrayed the fear rising inside him. Tracy's mask slipped completely, her voice shrill. Asterisk, you can't do this to me. I worked for these deals. Asterisk. Worked, I said flatly, with money that wasn't yours. And then I dropped the hammer, because betrayal has layers, and she dealt me the deepest cut. An email from a venture capitalist buzzed in. Concerns about my startup. Why? Because Tracy had been poisoning my reputation, calling my company a scam, urging investors to back out. I held my phone up like evidence. You tried to sabotage me. You called my startup a fraud. Their protests were worthless. Mom's excuse crumbled. Dad's silence was deafening. And Tracy's voice, once dripping in superiority, cracked under the truth. I was saving us, she squeaked. Saving you, I corrected. I placed my phone on the table, my decision clear. No more allowances. No more trust fund. Not a single cent. You mocked me, tried to destroy me, and still thought you ran this family. But every step of the way, I was the one holding you up. Consider that support gone. The effect was instant. Mom gasped, clutching her pearls like they might chime in to save her. Dad slumped with a pale face, realizing his empire was paper-thin without me. Tracy's phone slipped from her hand onto the table with a dull thud, a metaphorical gavel sealing her fate. Their kingdom of marble floors, chandeliers, and gala invitations was crumbling. And this time, I didn't feel pity, only justice. Fast forward 6 months. I stood in my bustling new startup office with Shannon by my side. Screens glowed, a team hustled, our app's logo proud on the wall. My company wasn't just alive. It was thriving, covered in magazines, downloads skyrocketing, investors now lining up for a piece of what Tracy once called a joke. Meanwhile, Mom and Dad's mansion? Gone. Sold at a loss. Their new home? A modest apartment on the outskirts. Their champagne lifestyle replaced with grocery budgets and secondhand furniture. And Tracy, the queen of million-dollar real estate, reduced to filing property paperwork at a desk job. The luxury handbags, the parties, the clients evaporated. She even left one voicemail for me, begging. I never returned it. Every cent from that $20 million trust redirected into my company, my dream, my future. Finally, under my control, not out of spite, but out of power reclaimed. Here's what I learned. Family doesn't mean loyalty. Respect isn't automatic, it's earned. And self-belief, even when everyone calls you a fool, is the sharpest weapon you'll ever carry. They underestimated me. They mocked me. But you can't break someone who knows their own worth. If you felt that surge of justice, smash the like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who's ever been underestimated. And tell me in the comments, what's your most satisfying revenge story? Because sometimes the sweetest victories don't come from payback, they come from proving everyone wrong, spectacularly.